Hello everyone, Kaijudo Channel here with another Kaijudo news update. So unfortunately this week, Kaijudo decided not to post any news on their website this week like they usually do every Tuesdays. I don't know why they did this, but I guess they're just leaving this week open so that the battle decks, come as a surprise the next week because there's only 7 more days until the battle decks come out next Tuesday. So remember, on that day, you better book yourself a ride to a store near you and pick up the decks. Or, ride to your mailbox and pick it up if you ordered it online. But anyways, so for this update, we did get another card preview from Dantack, and it was a card in Kaijudo Online, but I do not think this one is in the dojo, but I'll get to that later. So, the card that he previewed for this week, or for Monday, or I don't know when he's going to do his next preview, but Monday he previewed the card Essence Elf. Yes, Essence Elf is also back, but once again, it got quite a bit of a makeover. I don't know if it's a makeover or make under, but you guys can decide that for yourselves. So, Essence Elf, same stats. It's a level 2, 1000, and instead of Tree Folk, Treekin. So get folk out of your brains because kin is pretty much the new word for folk, so Treekin. But now Essence Elf doesn't do the effect where all your spells cost 1 less. Now it has this ability called Nature's Gift, which gives each of your other creatures in your battle zone an extra 1000 power. So that could be seen as a better effect or a worse effect. Either way, I think they're both really great effects. I personally like the reducing cost of your spells by 1 quite a bit more than this, but this is still not that bad either. I mean, it's a very cheap cost to play a card that boosts all of your creatures by just a little bit more. But that little bit more could make the difference in a lot of, games, depending on what creatures you use. It could be the out to destroying one of your opponent's creatures when you just needed that extra 1000. So Essence Elf is quite a neat card. It's an uncommon. Now, the reason why I don't think this is in the dojo, but I do not know for sure, is if you remember about a month back or so, there were 2 people testing out Kaijudo, but it looked like they were using the battle deck. So the picture's right here, if you remember. So there's just 2 guys, and they're sitting and they're playing with decks with the same civs as what is expected of the battle decks. One that's Water Darkness and one that's Nature Fire. But we do not know if these cards are, a mix of the battle decks and the dojo. But from what I'm assuming, I'm thinking that these are actually the battle decks. And if Essence Elf is in that Nature Fire Tatsurion battle deck, then I'm assuming that this card is from the battle decks and not the dojo. But maybe they're in both. I really don't know. But they're in one or the other, and that's all that matters. So now that I got that out of the way, I still have a little bit to talk about to, fill in the void. We got a bit of a news update from a fellow European by the name of Reapa9. He showed a link to an online store located in Finland. So they have a local store in Finland, but they also have an online store. And I'm guessing you could order the battle decks and other future Kaijudo products online directly through their store as long as you live in Finland or something. I really don't know how it works, but it's a good sign that in the future Kaijudo is not going to be restricted to just North America, but it's going to branch out to other continents eventually in the future. Right now they're just testing the waters with the North American audience to see if it, gels well and catches on, and then eventually they'll just branch out to the other places, and that'll be pretty cool. I don't know what's going to happen about Japan though. That's going to be a little weird. Kaijudo clashing with Duel Masters, I don't know what's going to happen, but let's just not think about that for now. Let's just think about the battle decks coming out soon. The last thing I want to talk about is more about my personal kind of stuff right now. Not, it is related to Kaijudo, but it's not related to news. But I finally set up social link pages, if you guys were requesting that or whatever, but I finally have them set up now. So I have both a Facebook group and I also have a Twitter page. So my Facebook is facebook.com/TheKaijudoChannel, the same way as you would write it on YouTube. But on Twitter, the Kaijudo channel was too long by like 2 letters, so it's just Kaijudo Channel on the Twitter. So Twitter TheKaijudoChannel. I also got a recent comment from someone asking about why I don't have my own community set up. Well, Facebook and Twitter is going to be my community for now. There are a lot of great communities out there, like Pojo and Literal Eidolon's Kaijudo Central, which you should really check out. It's a pretty nice site. He's working really hard on that. So I don't really want to make my own forums to clash with those. I mean, I might in the future, but I don't want to think about it right now. I am working on a site, however. I don't know when it will be up, but I'm guessing no later than like when summer's over. Somewhere in the summer, I'll probably have the website up because, I mean, I finally have a job. I'm finally getting some income so I could finally actually host the site. So stay tuned for that in the future. Probably in the weeks where I'm talking about battle decks, I'm going to run out of ideas at some point. So I'm probably going to update a little bit on my progress of the site, which I haven't done in forever. But now I think I have a lot more time and money to actually do this project, so I'm getting back to work on that. So that's all I wanted to talk about in this week's Kaijudo news update thing. This is Kaijudo Channel. Check out my social links. Have a nice day, guys. See you later.